Hi guys, welcome back. So, all the blockchain stocks have been growing quite well recently. CAN was up today for 9%, NCTY up 11%, SOS also 11%. Especially recently, a lot of the small growth stocks are still quite beaten down, haven't recovered from the big fall recently yet. So why is the whole blockchain sector growing regardless of the market situation? Is this temporarily ignoring the market situation? Is it going to last? Why are the Chinese ones growing more than the other ones? Does that mean the Chinese government crackdown doesn't matter anymore? Is there any more catalyst? So I would like to share my opinions here. First, we can take a look at Bitcoin. It had broken out of this triangle it was forming before, since it had reached the bottom on this day. January 20 broke out, backtested the support at 37,000 and then continue up, pushing today the resistance level at 42,000. The next resistance would be 44,000 and then 47,000. So it looks like it might consolidate at the current support and resistance before breaking up to the next. So why did it bottom on this day, July 20? I remember back in July 16, I pointed out on the Discord that the Would event on July 21st would be a catalyst for Bitcoin. So that's why it has been beaten down so much lately, because the big fish need to collect cheap shares. So July 16 was here, and that's why we saw it kept going down, because someone is collecting shares. And then on July 20, when it got to the lowest point, I said Bitcoin dropped, but looks like a lot of the crypto related stocks are forming a bottom. And I gave example of MicroStrategy, ticker symbol MSTR. It was at 500 level, and I pointed out that it was forming a triple bottom, and that was the day before the Would event on this day right here. And after that it went almost parabolic, growing to as high as 750 today, so 50%. So it was really the day that Bitcoin started to break out and had a rally. Was it really an important event that they had set so much valuable information to drive up Bitcoin like this? Not necessarily. I think it was just catalyst, because the big dogs need to pull up with a reason. So I think Bitcoin would likely consolidate in this field for now. Even on July 23rd, when NCTY dropped to 8, I also called out on the video and said it cannot be cheaper than this, because the PE had dropped to 0.7 and the market cap of 100 million, while they had raised cash a few months ago for 100 plus million. So the cash position is way more than their market cap at that point. So the valuation was ridiculous. And July 23rd was this day. So the day it backtested the bottom, and right before the next day it grew 50%. But I suggested the buying price in Discord for 8.3 to buy the dip, but the lowest it got to 8.5, so I missed it by 20 cents. I don't know if anyone grabbed it anyways. So it had grew as much as 72% in just a matter of 2 weeks. But the momentum is still here. Maybe it just needs some pullback or consolidation. But pretty much the bottom had been formed. A few days ago, announced to be in partnership with Cas Digital to open up new mining site in Kazakhstan. This is where a lot of the Chinese miners are moving into now, Canada and the STAN countries. Because it was in June when the 9 had announced to be acquiring different miners in Canada. Right now for NCTY, support is at 13.3 to 13.8, and then strong resistance at 14.4 to 15. So I think the best case scenario would be for it to consolidate within, if not coming back down to backtest before breaking up. Now let's talk more about CAN. Out of my 3 crypto related stocks, SOS, NCTY and CAN, the one that looks the most solid on the chart would be CAN. Last week I said CAN is making higher highs and the higher lows. So I said the bottom has been confirmed. It has shown reversal already. It had also grown 75% from the low to the highest of today. First, a few days ago, CAN had announced a new CFO. So the original CFO would continue working there as a lower position, while the new CFO had been the vice president at the big company Zhaopin.com for near 6 years. So apparently, a more qualified CFO would be a good news for the company. Might be a good turning point. And then later they also announced to have a new order from the Canadian miner Hive blockchain. I think a lot of people know about this. Also one of the bigger miners in Canada. So maybe just 2 weeks ago, a lot of people were afraid that Bitcoin would be getting into bear market. But a lot of signs are showing that maybe that's not the case. On top of that, Ethereum just announced a new upgrade, and that also helped driving up the prices of the coins. So all of this have helped the Bitcoin world, our community, had a big boost in this past 1 to 2 weeks. So is this uptrend a one-off, or would it continue? Is there more catalysts that are coming up? And I think there will be. First of all, there should be more and more ETF applications from major banks or investment institutions. Like, for example, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and ARK Invest is launching an ETF for Bitcoin, the RMB. So I think more and more ETF would be launched once the SEC starts approving them. And that means they would buy in Bitcoin and the related stocks for the blockchain sector. So it should be able to increase the exposure and the price. Number 2, there should be more and more government regulation for the crypto world. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. In fact, more regulations might make the cryptocurrencies actually more legit and more protection for investors. Number 3, the fintech seems to be on a rapid trend of growing right now because it will be the financial war between the countries. And I think a lot of the companies are fighting to get there first because this is a too big trend to be missed. Number 4, on the Chinese side, a lot of people think that because the Chinese government is leading the crackdown on cryptocurrencies, and that's why it would be more and more difficult for them to grow. But I think more investors would realize that something like Bitcoin is impossible to eliminate, no matter how hard the government try to crack down. So I don't think the intention for the Chinese government is to completely destroy Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it's more like because they want to develop their own digital currency, the digital yuan, which I think a lot of the other countries would do that anyways. But for now, China seems to be much more pushing for it. So I think in the future, there will be a completely independent currency or digital currency system in China versus the rest of the world. Just like China insisted to use Union Pay instead of Visa, and then Alipay and WeChat Pay instead of PayPal. I think it's gonna be the same for the digital currency in the future. They will have their own system, and in fact they are already quite advanced in terms of blockchain technology, which would be the next catalyst. The more mature the blockchain technology would be, the more applications it could be. Yesterday, the government announced that Shenzhen would be the first city to roll out the digital currency. They want to build Shenzhen as the center for fintechs and incubate some leaders in this field and supply chain. So the digital currency would include the smart contract. It's kind of like the Chinese version of Ethereum, except that it's centralized. But this system might incubate a complete new business model, so it might be a good opportunity for blockchain developers. The article also suggests to watch out for these sectors that would benefit from this trend. Number 3 is phone makers and wearable device. So I guess Zep can benefit from this trend as well. And number 4, the digital currency operators. So that would include Alipay and Tencent. So Alibaba and Tencent can both benefit from this. And I think can benefit from both the digital yuan trend and also the Bitcoin and Ethereum mining outside of China. So I think can continue getting benefits from both trends in the world in and out of China. So that's why I was bullish on can and continue holding it throughout the correction. Hopefully it will continue going uptrend from here. But for now, Ken has a support of 8 and resistance of 9.3, so I think most likely it would consolidate on this platform before breaking out again. Now that's it for what I want to share. Let me know what you think about the blockchain sector. Is there opportunity here? And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment, and I'll see you in my next video. That's it guys. Hope you can find my videos helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.